Look who's back. How you doing?
I don't know. If I can survive this video outside of this humidity, it will be a miracle.
Oh, it's 100 degrees out, right?
It is.
That's why it's taking so long.
And the lighting is so horrible in the RV, so
yeah,
that's why we're out here suffering.
And that's why this video's not been done yet, because we've been waiting for a cooler day, right?
And it hasn't happened.
But let's just do a retake. It's William.
And Robin.
With the Riverstone Life, and look, we're at the Riverstone. Why are we at the Riverstone? Because we got a broken down truck.
Yes, we do.
Okay, in this video, we are going to talk about the 30 days and $30,000 goal. Build. Right? But in the beginning, we're going to talk about a few other things just to get some stuff done and cleared up, right?
Sure.
Okay, first of all, if you've been following us, we don't have a truck, right?
No, we're truckless.
And this needs to be in the video because a lot of people make it sound like
there we go. You are like the bug magnet.
But people make it sound like all we do is put the good stuff on.
Correct.
Because all the good stuff is all that was happening to us at the time, right?
And then we got skunked.
And then we got skunked. But on a good note, we did get our 30 days in. We did get our work done. We learned a lot. And I'll give that information in this so it'll help the next people to try to do what we did, right?
Right.
But
I wouldn't recommend.
After 2 weeks I was done. I made a good amount of money in 2 weeks and I was done.
Oh, me too.
But since I opened my mouth, Robin made me.
Oh yeah, you had to suck it up.
Yeah, suck it up.
So did I. Yay.
But anyways, we did get back to Colorado like we planned and took the truck in for service. And the truck broke down.
Oh, we're gonna do a recap? Truck broke down.
The truck broke down.
But where did it break down at?
At the dealer.
The dealership. I guess that was a good thing.
Yeah, I think we're pretty lucky, because don't you think so?
Amen. I think so.
We could have been so far away from there.
We could have been in Oregon or Washington.
And then some people say
Utah or Idaho or.
Yeah, and some people say it wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have had it serviced, but if it wouldn't have got serviced, then we would have.
We would have been paying for the.
Yeah, they would have avoided our warranty.
Thank goodness for the warranty.
Yeah. So if you're going to get into this line of work, make sure you pick a truck that they have parts for, right?
No, good luck with that.
And that's why we got a new truck, thinking that wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
You think if they can make new trucks, there shouldn't be a problem.
You would think.
Yeah.
Or if there was a problem, they'd have the part easily accessible, readily accessible.
What doesn't make any sense is they keep putting these trucks out brand new. It's the same part that's in the 2024. Why don't you just stop the assembly line and fix all the problems before you keep producing these things so people like us would have our part?
That would be too easy.
And I'm sure there's lots of us out there with this issue, but the truck's been down for 3 weeks. It's going to be down for another week at least. I did file a claim.
A complaint
Claim with General Motors because first of all, they did not give us a vehicle to drive.
No, they said they didn't have any.
They didn't have any because they're all out being loaned to everybody else with the same kind of problems. And they don't give trucks anyways. I said, well, even if you didn't give me a truck, you should at least give me a car so that for a month I'm not paying for my own.
Right.
But when I called them yesterday, right? And
yes.
They said within 3 or 4 days we should hear something. They actually assigned a person to our account.
Yes.
But the lady told me right on the phone that the part is out because of they just don't
assembly
have
line?
They just don't have them. Yeah. There's no parts. That's what the problem is. They just don't even have the part, and they have no idea when it's coming, and nobody can tell you nothing.
Which is insane to me.
Yeah.
It's 2024.
She told me that that since we escalated this, they're going to try and see if they can get the part from another dealer. Like another dealer's dealing with the same problem, so that's not going to happen. Yeah. So we have no idea how long we're going to be here. But
it's horrible.
We want to talk about the money, but one more thing I need to say about this stuff is in the description below, Robin's going to put a link for Wave. People keep asking who we work for. Wave Express, right?
Correct. Okay. You work for Wave legally.
I work for Wave Express.
I just come along for the ride.
But she's going to put a link down there, and she's also going to put my name below it, because what happens is if you sign up, if you click on that link and you sign up, I get a referral under my name.
When you do the application, correct?
You got to do the application all at once on there. You just fill everything out.
And it can only be done during the application.
Yeah, correct? So you got to put my name in then submit your application. If you submit your application and then try to get credit for us for doing that, and we're not asking for anybody to do this. The reason this is brought up is there's so many guys out there that have done this and are upset because they wanted me to get a referral for it.
Right.
And we just use that money to support these videos for this channel, right?
Correct.
And they can't do it if you don't do it right away. But we did get, one of the guys did get it done right correctly. Craig got it done right. Craig's already out there. I think he's done already 1,600 miles. It's portion wise, is it 0.005 per mile?
Yeah.
I mean, you can figure it out. He did like less than 1,600 miles. We made $8. so you get an idea.
Right? $8 is $8. How
you
fun
got,
is that?
yeah, if you got a bunch of people, I mean, it helps. And this is
It's
not
not an
just-
obligation. We're
yeah.
not begging for you to do it.
And it's not just for us. If you actually started that program with somebody else,
Right.
and they helped you get into it,
Right.
you need to know this so that they get
Correct.
that bonus,
And
because
it
you
needs
don't
to be
get it.
done at the application part.
Yeah, and you'll put that link in below.
Correct.
So you guys just click on that link, and then if you want to use us, you put my name. My name will be in the description.
Yes.
And you put that in there when you're filling it out, and then you go through the steps. And if you decide to go with them and get hired, then we'll get a kickback for every mile that you do. We don't expect it. That's not what this is about. This is just us answering the question, because I've had a lot of guys that are friends with me now that are upset that they wanted us to get something for it, and we didn't.
Right.
But Craig was on his game, and he's
Very
already out
cool.
there working. So Craig, if you watch this video, thank you. You're
Right,
the only
safe
one
travels out there.
that was able to get it done right. And now I have your phone number, and I'll give you a call if you have any questions. And you might learn more than we do, because you're already out there working,
Ain't that
and we're
right?
sitting here.
We are. Ugh.
We're done. So
Anyway,
I guess
back
it's-
to what the video's about.
I guess it's time for the real numbers, right?
Show me the money!
I love that movie. Show Me the Money from Jerry Maguire.
You're
Is that
having too
awesome
much
or what?
fun at this.
I'm having too much fun at this. But Robin has the numbers. So, okay. First of all, before you give those numbers,
Yes.
what I learned from this, and I learned it from people out there to comment on these videos. Somebody out there said you should just work about 8.5 hours per day.
Right.
Then you can work every day and just keep on working. Because if you do like I was, trying to get my whole 11 hours in and kick butt,
You run out of hours quickly.
run out of hours quickly, you got to do a reset.
Yes.
Okay, so what I learned is where we went, we had to take the big load to go out there and burn up some of our hours, but we could have slowed down a little bit and started getting some of those hours back, started doing short runs that were only working 4 or 5 hours during the day.
Right.
The goal is, like I did on the second 2 weeks, is to be able to go and do a load that pays me almost $500, and I got minus my fuel, so I'm clearing a little bit over $400, getting it all done in one day, getting back to where I needed to pick up another load, and do it day after day after day after day. Does that make sense? And I did not have to do a restart.
Correct.
It took me 2 weeks to figure that out.
Because we're learning. We are
And I'm
not
learning.
professionals.
And I'm sorry for, I can't remember, there was a couple guys that actually told us about this, to try to, if you want to work every day and not have that
Right.
reset, that's how you get by
They
without the
drive
reset.
less.
But that only works if they have the loads, and where we were at, they had the loads.
They did. We
Nobody
lucked
was
out.
doing them. I done. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
we,
you did a lot.
yeah, we did a lot of loads out of there, and I have other videos where it shows everything, how it was getting less and less all the time.
Yeah.
Just remember, Robin, you have a playlist of all of our RV transport videos, right?
Yes.
So you can add that to this too, so that they can just watch all those if they're
Yes.
coming across for the first time. But let's talk about the numbers. So how much money in that 30 days did we bill?
We billed $25,670.
How come we didn't make the 30,000?
Well, we ran out of time.
Well, and I was learning. Like I said, I think if I would have worked the log books better, where I could get work more,
Yeah.
I think that I might have been a lot closer to that 30. So somebody else out
But
there?
heck, 25,670.
Yeah, we're
Isn't
super
that
happy
bad?
about that. So,
Billed.
and just remember, everybody keeps asking how much did it pay per mile. We took all the loads we took paid $1.95 a
Yeah,
mile.
that was cool.
That is not guaranteed all the time. Right now, there's loads out there on the load board, because just remember, July and August are the slowest times of the month. But it can't be too
Of the
slow.
month, of the year.
Of the year. That's why we have Robin, right? But the reason I tell you that is because there's still loads out there, because they keep calling, dispatch keeps calling me every couple days to see if the truck's
so
done.
sad.
Because they're trying to clean up all the old loads before they start putting the new loads in the load board.
Right.
So I know the load board looks really low right now,
Right.
but it's because they want this stuff cleaned up before they add the other loads to it. So,
Right.
But we've had no problem staying busy.
No.
Okay. So what are
Had
the
a truck, that would be better.
Yeah, we'll get a truck. What are the numbers we got?
So we have $4,468.90, and that is for fuel, DEF, and truck service.
And that one, I don't think you can trim that, because I really watched my fuel. I drive that truck at the perfect per mile an hour. That's giving me the best fuel. I take back roads and I avoid a lot of the windy. I do everything possible, and we're using our fuel cards and buying.
And we
the
got
best
really good at it because it was very repetitious.
We got very good at that. So that number, I think you're not going to get away from that number out of that. So right there, you could have made $21,000
Right.
in your pocket, or
Correct.
build. Okay.
So lodging and food. Now, when we did this in the same area back in what, March?
Yeah. It was happy.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
The
Expensive.
lodging prices were like, we were thrilled to death.
Yeah.
Fast forward to June, and you know, summer
Everything
months,
doubled?
everything tripled sometimes.
Tripled sometimes.
We couldn't even find hotels most times,
Yeah.
or if we did, they were like $300 for the same one you got for $100.
And the Airbnbs are the worst Airbnbs we've ever stayed at.
Yeah, they weren't fun. But anyway, so the lodging and food, $4,620.70.
So just remember, if you're out there and you're staying in your truck, you can get rid of all that expense.
Correct. You would need AC because it was hot.
Yeah. And a lot of those guys have that. The guys that are really setting their trucks up right, they know what
Or
they're
you
doing.
would die.
Yeah. But you got rid of a lot of that. So what was our profit with all of our expenses?
Profit, $16,580.40.
Okay, now just remember, we paid for everything out of that money. Was service truck, everything when we were using the truck was done. Now when we got done with this 30 days, the truck needed work done to it. It needed, I could have pushed the tires longer, but we choose safety over cost, right?
Yeah.
So we're getting tires, we get all the fluids on the vehicle, making this vehicle so when we leave this time, we are totally right back to square one where we were, and the truck's ready to go.
Inefficient, yeah.
So what would that have cost?
What are we looking
The
at?
fluid replacement was
$922.45.
just to get all the fluid serviced on the truck. And don't get me wrong, people say you can do that yourself, and I used to do that myself, right,
Right.
Robin? I did all this stuff. I even did my own tires before we sold our home and went to this lifestyle. I have my own tire machine,
Yeah, we
my own
had
balancer.
everything.
I did everything.
Now
So
we're-
I don't have that now.
Now we have to pay lots.
Have to pay. So that's what we got there. And then the tires. What do the tires cost?
$1,950.
I'm not going to tell you what tires we bought because that's a whole nother video, but they're on the truck and we're waiting for the truck to get fixed. When we get that truck picked up, I'll go over everything that happened on that whole deal and do a follow-up video with that, right?
Yes.
So what did we spend?
Total, $2,872.45.
Okay, and that makes the truck, after they fix the transmission, ready to keep doing this job, right? And we feel safe and comfortable.
Yes.
So after all those expenses, we still made some money, right?
We did.
What did we make at the end of that?
$13,707.95.
Exactly. Now, people are going to say, oh, you're tearing your truck up, blah, blah, blah. You know what? In another 3 months, that truck would have needed all that stuff anyways,
Yeah.
right? And we'd have paid that all out of pocket.
Correct.
Because of the lifestyle we're living.
Yes.
Now, we got our truck fixed back to where it was when we started this whole adventure over a year and a half ago. We feel comfortable, minus the transmission problem. But,
That
you know, we
dang
gotta,
valve body.
Yeah, the valve body. We got to be positive. But that stuff was all done, and if we weren't doing RV transport, we could get right back on the road and go and do it all over again.
Okay.
And it was all paid for by RV transport, plus we stuck some money in there so we could go on a vacation.
Yeah.
So you got to look at this whole YouTube RV transport thing the way you want to look at
Right.
it. You take what we tell you, you take what other people, and you take what you
You
want from
evaluate and decide on your own.
You're on your own. I mean, am I going to keep doing RV transport? Most definitely, right? I enjoy doing it. I just don't enjoy doing 30 days and like, oh, that was just way too much. I mean, we kept doing that same run. We had 2 different runs. We had 3 different runs, but 2 of them were the majority that we were doing. But it just the same road over and over and over and over.
It was pretty.
I felt like I was in Groundhog Day, like I said in that movie. But these are the real numbers. And how many miles did we put on the truck? I think that's there too.
We put 18,050-ish miles.
Yeah, and now those miles are from Alabama to Indiana, out to Oregon, all the deliveries we did, and back to Colorado, because that's where the truck's
That's
at.
where it's stuck.
It's stuck there. We're in Alabama. So I didn't get us back to Alabama, so you can add another 1,000 miles if you want to do there. But it kind of gives you an idea, because everybody thinks they got to break it down, the profit for the mileage. Well, it's kind of hard to do when we're
Here, there, and everywhere.
yeah, and we're doing so many different things, and not to count, we spent 4th of July with the grandkids. We went to the Renaissance Festival. We had a lot of fun.
We did.
Now, if we would have not done this 30-day thing, we'd have done a couple weeks. We'd have goofed off in Oregon, went on some adventures, done videos about that.
Right, but you had to open your mouth.
I opened my mouth, so that one's on me, folks. But I know everybody's been waiting for this video because I was hoping we'd do the 30,000, but you know what? this number, I was super happy. When the truck wasn't broke down and we were driving back to Colorado, I was in heaven, wasn't I?
You were.
I was already spending money I didn't have because now I got to pay for other stuff.
Sure do. Welcome to the real world.
So, if you like the video, what do they do, Robin?
Give us a thumbs up.
And if you like what me and Robin are doing on the channel,
Subscribe.
and always